How strategic are you as a real estate agent? As we get to the end of every calendar year, one of the best things to do is to do a strategic review on your business. What's actually happened to the three principal drivers that allow you to get phenomenal growth? So think about your average sale price, the volume of transactions, and your average fee. And then you start to think, okay, great, what can I do to be more strategic? So if you want to increase your average sale price, when the sellers sold with you, where did they move to? Because if they move to a more expensive location, then ultimately that could be your next market. If you start to think about what you're doing around average fee, maybe you've got to change the way that you've got to present. If, for example, you come in and you say, look, my fee is 2% as an example, then all of a sudden consumers think, well, you know what, the next number after that I think of is 1.5. But what actually happens if you presented your fee at 2.13% or an option of 1.91%, plus 10% for every dollar above the reserve? All of a sudden now, when you think about 2.13, the next rounding number is maybe 2. When you think about 1.91, you're kind of like, you know what, maybe that'll just do. And this is what we go to call the advent of psychological pricing. We've all been paying 99 cents for a bunch of strawberries for ages, right? But ultimately, why don't they call it $1? Because 99 cents makes it sound so much cheaper. And this is a really important conversation because if you can get your average sale price and your average fee up, then the next quality conversation is what can you do to do more volume? Now, to do more volume, that might mean that you've got to get better at off-market so that you're in a position that you can have a consistent flow of listings on the market so you can have a minimum number of open for inspections each and every Saturday. The benefit of doing that is that you ultimately change the game in a really powerful way. Now, in the strategic review, you've got to start thinking about the difference between auction and for sale, what's actually happened in terms of your average days on market. But then I want you to go through every single listing that you've won over the course of the last 12 months. Now, when you go and have a quick look at that, I want you to think about, okay, great, how did I go to meet the seller? What is actually my best lead source, and how does that relate to where I'm spending my money, where I'm spending my time, where I'm spending my resources on the inside of my business? And if you're not getting results out of certain things, then maybe it's time to simply just to stop them. And if you've got things that literally you don't spend much on that get a great result, then ultimately you should go to amplify those as quickly as you can. The skill of what great real estate agents do is they get to this strategic review, they make better quality decisions, and they get repositioned for what they're going to do for the start of next year. And now more than ever before, you've got to get clear about your minimum number of listings left for this year and your minimum number of listings that you need to start next year. You put those little targets up, you say, you know what, here are my 5, here are my 5. I'm going to go and get those 5 listings to 22. I'm going to get those 5 listings to start 2023. And I'm going to get strategic about what I do to grow my business for next year.